Now, I said I'd just do kind of a bit of a wrap-up video here on the end of the SSC Tuatara event, and oh, this one is a bit odd. Now, like, I'm perfectly in line to get this car finished off. Now, I actually did a video, which was the last few stages leading up towards the end, and that point where you need to upgrade it to 3 stars. I didn't get to edit that one together. But what I will do is, during this video, I'll chuck in the point where I upgraded that to 3 stars using packs. I'll put timestamps below, obviously, just if there's portions of this which are kind of interest to you guys. And yeah, like, as always, I really appreciate like on the video, subscribe down below if you haven't already on this channel. And yeah, I was just gonna kind of go through a few bits and pieces with this one, but I am right at the end of the Tuatara event, so 496 conditions. But I did say I more wanted to kind of talk about some of these stages, because some of these things towards the end were really just a pain in the rear end, realistically. Like, obviously, with these special events going forward, you're going to need the Legend Pass car. And I think that one's fair enough that you have the Stingray inside here. So these special events will pretty much, going forward, as far as I know, they're always going to need this special event car. Now, the British season coming up requires a load of like the Aston Martin cars, the Vantage, pretty much anything which has any relation to a British manufacturer is needed with that, as well as the Legend Pass for that thing. So now, if you're looking at completing those special events without kind of costing yourself too much, the best way of doing it is Legend Pass if you've got those cars required. But looking back over this one, say like you had the Grand Prix of cars from this, so the Corvette popped up and the Ford GT Mark II. They were free passes, so that wasn't too bad. And the car itself needed to be upgraded to 3 stars. The main one for this was, there was going to be a pain, I think, was pretty much going to be the Bailey Blade, which is available in the special event just prior to this one. But it was kind of known from Global that this would be needed, and needed at 3 stars as well. So like, there was some people who kind of like overlooked that, because obviously it's not an amazing car. Tried coming into this one using those key packs, and those are one of the major things that I've got an issue with this type of special event. Yeah, those key packs are effectively some of the worst gambling you will see in any game. And I'm talking about including things like GTA Online and 18s plus rated actual casino gambling games. I think this is horrifically bad. The way those key packs work, it's like every time you have a try at like getting a key, you spend 1,200 tokens. But if you don't get the key, you get a ton of blueprints for the car. So it's this kind of gambler's fallacy of throwing good money after bad, because the more you gamble on those packs, the more you're pretty much powering up the prize. So it's like every 1,200 tokens you put in there, you upgrade the car more and more and more and more. And then it's obviously more and more tempting to keep gambling for that car. So you could get like this thing all the way up to 4 and 5 stars, still never get the key for it. And then you're going to obviously at a point run out of tokens, have to go in here and look at the price of buying tokens. And if you've been gathering these up all the time, it's like, it's not too bad. But if you're completely out of tokens and you need 1,200 for another 10 pack, yeah, that's €50. And like, I mean, there is obviously always special events and stuff that you can do, but realistically, like, this event will have left quite a lot of players where they're kind of torn between having invested all their tokens and not got the key. And then you're just like looking at it going like, well, do I walk away from that down, you know, thousands and thousands of tokens, or do I spend €50 to get some more tokens? And you could spend that €50, buy another 10 pack and still not get the key. Like, you could never get that key, because yeah, it's a 1% drop rate. And I know there's loads of people who posted, and I mentioned this, that it would happen. There's loads of people who posted and going like, I got it in 1,200 tokens, or I got it in 2,400. And that's great, but most of the players who spent 1,200 and didn't get it won't announce that on social media. They won't put like a post on Discord about it. They're just gonna, take their losses and just go and like hide away. So yeah, do keep in mind the fact that the people who brag that they got the key, that is like not a clear indication of how many people actually get it. So Yeah, as this one wraps up, I would strongly advise, as always, against those key packs. If you're going to miss out on this car, miss out on the car. But don't have this car cost you every event going forward because you like invest all your tokens in a chance at getting something. I really advise against that. I did mention the fact that I got this car to 3 stars. I did it quite a while ago, but I will try and find the best clip in edit point in that video. But yeah, you can see the look that I had right here. So yeah, this was my star upgrading of that car to the 3 stars as it's required for the rest of the special event. And I'll come back and finish off the unlocking of that key and getting that car from my garage. But I'm going to fire open some packs here for the SSC and get it to that 3rd star. See if I overshoot it by a small bit. If I do, I'd be really happy because obviously, yeah, every pack over that I go is going to be closer and closer to the next star. If I do just land on it for now, I might stop and then I'll re-evaluate kind of at the end of this event how many more blueprints I would need for that 4th star. So I'm just going to see what it'll take to get here to the 3rd star, at least anyway, straight away. I do want to take a look at, yeah, packs for that Grand Prix car, possibly just a small few. DBS Superleggera, that's pretty cool. There is 1 or 2 other cars floating around inside these packs as well that I'd be quite interested in seeing. So Superleggera, Vanda Electrics, and I have only a handful of blueprints left for the W Motors Fenner car just to get that to the maximum blueprints for me. So there is the potential of yeah, getting those blueprints inside in these packs as well, which would be pretty awesome. And yeah, I'm 15 away from SSC star up though. There we go, there's 3 already inside this. But yeah, outside of a very few of the rare epic cards inside this, I don't think there's really that much of anything I'm looking for. So 6 in that pack, I think it was just, yeah, fairly scabby, but kind of to be expected at this stage at the moment. But like at the same time, this will grant me the car at 3 stars. And yeah, like it is a really powerful car, even at 3 stars. So I'll be quite happy at that. I know that, or well, I think it's 60 blueprints required for the next one. So I would need to overshoot it by quite a bit here. Oof, McLaren Senna, single blueprint, but still, that would be nice for, yeah, racers who are still hunting down that car. Let's see, buy 1, get 1 free. Why the heck not? I always go for these. I really like, I know there's no guaranteed card pack with these, but still, given the luck factor in this game, like, I think you're about as lucky to get them in, yeah, those as anything else, realistically. Let's see, though. Will this be the final 10? Then I would just need to get 6 blueprints from this. Chiron blueprint, really nice. Again, sad to see it getting mulched. Come on, 6 blueprints. Dang it. See what I mentioned about this game and luck. So, no. Shall we go with luck to star up the car? Why the heck not? Because like I said, I'm also looking for a few other bits and pieces from this one. Not from that. But yeah, this one's the guaranteed unlock, at least anyway, for that next star. And yeah, it's costing me about 4.5k tokens, I think. So really kind of poor luck on the non-guaranteed stuff for myself in the last couple of card openings. I think like I'm well overdue an actual jackpot. Here we go. Wow, just 3 blueprints again. That is, yeah, woefully bad luck. Somebody at Gameloft probably wants me to stop playing. Fuck you guys too. Anyway, star up this car and boom, there we go. 3rd star on that. Really pretty stuff. But like I said, unless you're pretty much like guaranteed a drop or guaranteed an item from this game, keep in mind that the gambling is completely fixed and pretty costly unlock. But again, it's a really nice car. and obviously one that people would seek out and really want to get. But we have these last couple of stages, and like, just in terms of the way the special event was run, from stages where there was like a crazy amount of AI just mental and destroying the frame rate, to stages where you have to not wreck, but obviously there's AI cops there. But yeah, overall this was a fairly weird one with highs and lows. And like, for a person like myself with my garage, this was pretty like, yeah, okay-ish outside of the crazy low performance stages. Gonna start off here though on stage 18. And yeah, this is last run of this one. No wreck and 8 seconds of airtime required. And like, yeah, this track is okay for getting those 8 seconds of airtime, but no wreck is a bit of a pain because, yeah, there's cops here that will like bury their car into the back of the SSC, and this car is not really that like well equipped to kind of push those away. So yeah, you can end up getting just pushed into railings and barriers and stuff. Might be the reason why that jumped down to 7 tickets there. But anyway, yeah, like I've done this one over the last couple of days. I find it weird the fact that the AI boosts out so far ahead at the start. But you see here what I mean with the slipstream mechanics. If I try and get into the slipstream of that car, it is really likely to pull left or right to get out of the way. Hello, cops. But yeah, it will do what it can to like get out of the way of me, or just even go a different route completely. And yeah, that is, like I said, it's not just trying to avoid and cost the players KDs. You know what? In terms of speed, I don't even need to worry about it in this because I already have the time well complete. So AI can be as annoying as they want, just as long as they don't knock me down. I'm alright. Yeah, these are just the last farm runs that I need for that. 500 conditions, and again, AI car just trying to slam me into the wall. But yeah, here with these pillars, just be very careful, like not to let the cops kind of push you into stuff. Gonna do jump up and then hop back down again for a few seconds of airtime. Down along here is one of the most dangerous places possibly for getting KD'd by the AI. Again, knock down the AI, but it is just a case of, if you let the cops kind of get in between you and where they can push you into a pillar, they absolutely will. 100% of the time they're just gonna push against the side of that car and yeah, push it into like one of those pillars, and that's definitely gonna be a wreck. Like, it won't count as a wreck if your car just goes over the side of something and like resets, but if the car disintegrates into a pillar, it's 100% a wreck. What is that cop car doing? It's just like gonna be annoying all the way to the finish line of this event. Rimac C2 car I don't have. Oh well, I can beat it in this thing. Yeah, that's conditions number was it 496 and 497, I think. Oh, stage 18 for me, completely finished off. Won the race as well. To be fair, on that stage, a lot of times, even if I was losing the race to that Rimac, it would tend to run into those cop barriers at the end and just destroy itself. So winning the race in this one seems kind of trivial because the Rimac just does not know how to take that last leap. And let's see then, 498 conditions. One more run of this, need 151 seconds and 5 KDs. So again, not exactly the most agile car in the game, but just want you to keep in mind that the AI here will try their best not to leave the slipstream trail for the player. So it's going to try its best to get out of the way. And what I'm going to do is like try and nail the 5 KDs at the start and then just punch it for that 151 time to get all 500 conditions out of this. So just get in behind as many of them as possible for when they do stop to start dropping that. And yeah, let's see them zip out of the way. And like, it's such a weird thing to see the AI actually avoiding the player, because obviously in every other mode in this game they do what they can to be just a pain in the backside. So it's a pain here more so because it just ruins tickets. There's another KD. Go down on the inside, and now wonder will the AI try and drop all behind me? Should be able to pick one off here. And can I get the other guy? Yeah, just one tap at the back of the car using the 360 KD. And now punch it for the 151, because that's almost certainly 5 KDs done. I'm fairly positive it is. Like, this Bailey blade's kind of cool as well. Like, to have landed this one from the previous special event, I'm happy enough. And the Bailey is a strange one, because that's a car that will get better with time, because this one gets a patch that increases the actual handling of it. So, like, if you have this one at 3 stars right now, I think it's a decent enough car. Whoa. Thank you for the bonus, Katie. Yeah, it's a decent enough car right now. And when you think that, like, it's also going to get a patch which will make it even more competitive, it's, yeah, definitely not one that I'm upset about collecting. But that's during the Bailey special event. I did say, like, if you did get the Bailey at 3 stars out of this and you happen to miss the SSC, at least, like, just be happy the fact that, yeah, this is quite a cool car. And, oh, cross the line, 148. So even with, like, some pestering AI from that, that's 499 and 500 conditions. One other blueprint as well for the SSC. Those blueprint packs are completely nonsense in this. Like, anything which was a guaranteed blueprint, obviously you get guaranteed stuff from that. Anything that was a chance to get stuff, I had zero luck from, effectively. Like, it was just the worst luck I think I've seen in any event. Luck. Yeah, so I've gotten this 6 here from this stage, and I have 6 which were 1 out of this one. But realistically, like, anything other than those, yeah, that's 12 blueprints. So from the 20 packs in the middle here, and I think I got the ones from the club as well. Like, yeah, I managed to get this up to 16 blueprints. So realistically, like, you can see just how terrible the luck was from the point where I brought this one up to 3 stars. Yeah, got it to 3 stars, and then 3 stars plus 16 blueprints. So just absolutely, like, really, really pathetic luck from those card packs. Definitely luck is something that you should never ever rely on in this game, because, yeah, it's completely fixed. But here we go. One decal for the SSC for the 490 conditions, which, yeah, if you got it from key packs, you're going to miss out on that. And there we go, 1 key ready to unlock. So I can't complain too much. Like I said with this event, I hate seeing people getting fleeced for stuff, but at the same time, for me, it was pretty much a cert getting the key coming into this. As long as they didn't change things too much, that was always going to be the end reward for this. So yeah, I'm happy enough, obviously. But as yeah, properly unlock that card then. So there is one other thing about this car which is pretty awesome, and yeah, there we go. SSC Tuatara for 45,000 garage value. That's pretty awesome. Just in terms of pushing that towards level 19, which won't happen for at least another year, because still level 18 is the max on global. But another really cool car from my garage, and it is another 4K car from my garage as well, which is pretty nice for a milestone feat. So that is the 93rd car in my garage right now. But the coolest thing about this is the fact that I was keeping an eye on it. That is actually, yeah, say in terms of 4K rated cars, which I usually consider to be a car's like complete, yeah, 4K rated car, number 20 in my garage, which really, really kind of like happy to have just a handful of crazily 4K rated machines, which is an odd breakdown as well, because quite a lot of them are actually even in the B category. But yeah, there is obviously like a handful in the Bs, so there's 4 there. There's 5 As, so the 918, yeah, the McLaren Aventador Pagani, and the Aperta. And yeah, that obviously leaves 11 S-Class 4K rated machines then as you go through the, yeah, Hypersport, Ego, Tryon, Senna, Fenner, Terzo, Zenvo, Koenigsegg, Chiron, Jesko, and yeah, finally now the SSC Tuatara. So yeah, pretty cool milestone, 20 4K rated beasts. Now, I do have that 490 decal, which, you know, it's cool enough on the car as well. But I really do want to just slap this on with my custom colors, because, yeah, obviously, like, this to stand out as be a Storm's machine. Oh, there we go. I think, yeah, combination of pretty cool. Yeah, like red wheels, red trim. Why not? And yeah, this one's got that really like cool. I don't know. I think it is a really nice looking sports car. Like, this is one definitely where, in terms of like high speed and stuff like that, in terms of stats, and I've mentioned this in a previous video, like this car is on par with things like the Bugatti Veyron and Chiron. Only this one is way newer tech under the hood in terms of from a car lover point of view. Like, there is a video on YouTube of this car in a drag race versus a Bugatti Chiron, and whoa, it absolutely smokes it in terms of the acceleration off of the line. It's crazy to see the comparison of the two of them. I'll leave a link to that video down below, because yeah, it is kind of terrifying to see the guy in his Bugatti just watching the SSC pull away, and he's just like, bye, there goes. Now, I said I'd give my fresh SSC though 1 or 2 runs here. Done 1 run at 217th position, top 75%. Realistically, I'm not gunning for a top percentage in this event. That's going to be for the people who want to spend 20 or 30,000 tokens getting this car up to the 6-star mark, 5-star mark. I have no interest in that, because I always kind of say this is just look at the prize that you're getting and see the cost. So if you are spending like the tokens to get this up to 5th and 6th star, you are definitely talking about spending a couple of €100 worth of tokens. And even at that, your rewards for this is some credits that, yeah, that's cool. It'll pay for some of the upgrades for the car, but you will never turn a profit on that sort of a thing. I just want to bring this one for a spin, like I said, and get to actually use the car that's unlocked properly now, instead of using that free key that this special event gave the player. So, New York City that never sleeps. This is one that definitely, it ain't exactly ideal for breaking out an SSC, especially not a mid-tuned one, I'd say. It might be possible to do a little bit more with the hard-tuned one of these, but yeah, the problem with this track is the fact that lots of bumps, lots of corners, and yeah, definitely it's gonna punish the car. I'd be happy enough though if I could squeeze into the top 25% bracket, or top 50% even, I mean. I'd be okay with that, considering the fact that the 3-star version of this is effectively the lowest models that are going to be inside this day. Because yeah, you can get this car from the key packs if you got lucky with those, but if you did actually get those, you wouldn't have the condition rewards to be able to take part in this final day's contest, which is a bit ratty, because yeah, it means that you won't get like any chance at actually making use out of the luck that you got with those key packs. Flip up into the air though and get a bit of speed. Yeah, definitely, I know for a fact, like I said, this is never going to be into the top brackets here with this car as is, because yeah, I'm well aware of the fact that like some of those other racers in this event are going to be just using a really souped up monster of an SSC, and power to them as well. That's like yeah, everyone's right to obviously spend tokens for everyone. 139th though, 108 time in a 3-star version. That I'm not too upset at that car at all. I think it is yeah, it is quite a pretty one, and yeah, definitely it's a well capable machine. Even at 3 stars, I'm really kind of happy with the way this one slides around the track. There's a top 50% run on this. 3 epic pieces that I likely will never get to apply in this car, because I don't seem to be bringing this up to the 4th star or 5th star even, where you would need more of those, because yeah, obviously have a handful of them from completing all the stages in it. 3 million credits, that's pretty cool. It'll be nice to go into the British season with some extra credits, and yes, a few S-class pieces with your trade coin city. That is a pretty cool car, and like yeah, it's 4K beast number 20 in my garage. 93 cars in this. I'm not sure if I'll actually be getting that the Corvette C7 because that group I'm in is a bit odd, and I've had some fairly bad luck on Rat Race and the first day for sure. The middle one was not too bad, but I'll do that in a separate video. But yeah, this SSC Tuatara, if there is anyone who's having particular difficulties with the previous stages, like I said, I did record quite a few of them, so just give a shout on the comments, and I can always chuck those up as individual videos or so. But realistically, I think most of these is just a case of once you have the car, it's generally quite easy. You just have to be careful with really bad performance on some stages and AI really trying their best to get out of the way of you on those slipstream stages. But most of the other ones are just a case of, like, for any of the times I found usually landing in with about 4 or 5 or 10 seconds to spare on some of the stages, like, they were just completely jokes. But again, like, absolute monster of a modern sports car, really pretty looking, and also just devastatingly fast. Really, for something that looks kind of like and maybe the Mazda Furai and the 570S kind of had a kid together. I don't know, this one is crazy that it can reach 300 miles an hour, but yeah, that is just modern tech in a absolutely OTT supercar. Now guys, if you did watch through this and enjoyed my progress through it, really do appreciate, like, if you leave any comments down below if you unlocked this car. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed this stuff, and if you haven't already done so, there's a sub button up there over my head, and there's other videos from me here and here. If you did win this car via key or by conditions, massive congratulations, because it's obviously a really nice one to have. If you did get it by key packs and you were lucky with those, do just keep in mind the fact that, like I said, gambling is really something to keep an eye on, and be careful of, like, spending more than you would be, like, normally okay with, especially if you're lured into a thing where you're like, oh, now you have to keep spending, because that's really a bad thing, and it should not be in a game that's with the age rating that Asphalt 9 Legends has, in my opinion. But as always guys, in this, congrats if you got yourself a car, and drive safe.